Chama.
He's a genetic freak.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with that guy. He's incredibly mentally tough. He's got insanity in the power punches and strikes. You watch him hit guys, and you can tell like right away. They're like, oh fuck, like you could see it. He puts it on them, and they're like, oh Jesus Christ, like the danger is so high. He's got that one punch KO power, one strike KO power, and he's so intelligent about how to place it on a chin. He really knows how to hit people there. And then on top of that, he's fucking enormous.
Yeah, he's big.
You can't believe that guy weighs 185 pounds. You know, I walk around, I'm probably like 200 pounds. How the fuck is that guy 15 pounds lighter than me? He's so much bigger than me. He's huge. And then you see him get into the cage, he's like 225 when he fights, when he rehydrates, which is just bananas.
Seriously. So like I was actually watching Izzy and Pereira, the first fight recently, and he has his hands in a spot too where he's almost like hit me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, come on, hit me.
Yeah, he's almost baiting you.
Yeah, because he, you know, like that size of a guy fighting a guy like Israel, that to me is where I like really understand why that fight went the way that it went a little bit, is because when someone that big compared to you is standing there kind of like this and just like marching you down with their hands down, it's a little bit intimidating to just be like, well, do I just like nail this guy? You know, because if he slips and I like don't hit him, he's gonna like chuck and fuck me up. So I think that's a little bit of like a giant advantage for that dude.
It's also, he's got a very unusual stance.
Yeah.
He stands straight up and he keeps his hands like this, and he just sort of like straight, and then he throws kicks with no telegraph, and he doesn't throw them full power, but he's got so much power that when he starts throwing those low kicks, like I watched the first fight a few times now, the first MMA fight, and he fucked Izzy's calf up multiple times in that first round with zero telegraph. So it's not like one of those like dig in and turn your body over. It's just top. He's just throw it, and it doesn't come out of anywhere. You're not seeing any reads.
Yeah, those are the toughest guys to fight, honestly, the guys that don't telegraph anything.
Yeah.
You know, you're plenty powerful just having all that adrenaline in you. You don't need to be loading up too much.
It just some dudes just have some extra gear, some extra power. It was shocking. He would hit guys, boom, and they would just like stiffen up and flatline. You're like,
with 10-ounce gloves.
Fuck, man, he's doing it to everybody. Like literally everybody he's connecting on is going night, and he does it in two different weight classes simultaneously. So I mean, when that guy was going to fight MMA, I'm like, hold on, baby.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be some wild shit. This
he
is
was
an
3-1.
extraordinary dude.
And he was 3-1 when he made his debut in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And you knew that if he was able to win a couple, they would rush him to Izzy. And he got there and he beat him. And I still now, I don't know how Izzy beat that dude, man. Because
he caught him perfect.
He caught him
perfect.
If that fight would have kept going, I don't think Izzy was going to win. He was hurting Izzy bad.
That leg was fucked up already.
It was done.
Yeah, it's crazy how good he is at that.
It takes like 2 or 3.
He doesn't move his hips. The way he does it is so beautiful because there's no telegraphing at all. He's just moving there and slap. And you got 1, 2 in there, 3, and you start seeing the welts. Here he had a big welt on his leg.
You know what's the worst? It's like you train a certain way. When I first started fighting, I would train southpaw some because it's your fast hand. And then Kane kicked me in the face, and I blew my nose out. I said, I'm never fighting southpaw again. Because like you don't see stuff as well. It's not natural. So I always stayed conventional. Most do that. But then because you don't train in that off stance, you fight Pereira, next thing you know, he's got your leg beat up. You're switching to southpaw, which is what Yuri did. Yuri's not a southpaw.
Right.
Yuri doesn't fight southpaw. Now you're fighting in a fight stance that's unfamiliar against one of the most dangerous men in the world.
Right.
How are you supposed to fight?
And you have a compromised leg.
And you're
not going to be able to move as quickly.
Because you're not doing it on your terms.
Yeah.
You're switching on his terms.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And, you know, once those calves get chopped a few times, like only they know how compromised that leg is.
It hurts.
Like, Izzy's leg in the first fight, he said, was fucked up after the first round.
They're always on crutches and in wheelchairs. When they're done with him, people don't see this, right? When we're leaving the arena, these guys are either getting wheeled to the post-fight press conference or wheeled to the ambulance because their legs are so jacked up.
Yeah.
He tears their legs up. It's bad.
Tears their legs up.
It's bad.
And he's just so efficient with it. And it's just what a hard style to emulate as a sparring partner, too.
Yeah. Especially since he really still can't wrestle.
Right.
Think about all the success he's had and he still can't wrestle. Some of these takedowns he gets taken down with is like, he still hasn't developed to the point that a real good wrestler wouldn't try to take him down over and over again.
Right.
But you could never get there because he's not shot.
You know what else is shocking? He never seemed drained at 85.
How is he making that weight, though?
How is he making that weight? And now when he's fighting at 205, he's like, it's seemingly more durable.
He looks the same.
Yeah.
He does not. 20 pounds lighter, he looks the same.
He does.
He really does look the
That's how
same.
big he was when he was fighting. Look how big Pereira is. Alex Pereira's cornering Sean Strickland. Look how big he is, dude.
How about him and Aspinall
Bro,
were supposed to do it?
How big is Pereira? That's so crazy that they fought. And now Pereira's the light heavyweight champ. Who the fuck has ever won 2 world titles quicker than that guy? I mean, nobody.
Never.
Never been done. No one's been a champ quicker than
He's
that
a Hall
guy.
of Famer right now.
Right now.
Isn't that crazy?
Right now. Just a few fights in his UFC career. He's a Hall of Famer. 100%.
6.
Bro, I remember I was telling people about him
You were
before he
telling me
entered.
I won like money off the first 2 fights. Nobody knew.
I was telling
Nobody knew.
DC.
I listened to you.
DC didn't believe me. He's like, come on. I go, dude, you gotta
He's
listen to
technical.
me.
He fucking
You gotta
yeah.
listen to me. This
Well, if
guy
you-
has that crazy power. He's got something weird where
You
he
watch
hits
him beat
guys. They
Izzy.
look confused. I watched him beat everything. I watched him beat Jason
Glory.
Wilness. I watched him fuck up everybody over there. Fuck up. He was beating up everybody over there, dude. And it was the way he was doing. He was putting them into orbit.
You just never know, though, because the straight
Dustin Jacoby,
kickboxing.
that Dustin Jacoby KO.
Savage.
Jesus Christ. I was like, this fucking guy's terrifying. He was just different. Like, the power was different. The style was different. It's a weird style. Hands down, weird movement. Like, but super technical, man. Like, confusing. Like, you see him, you say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He just hits hard. Negative. Incorrect. Completely unique style. Very technical and very well thought out. He's got solutions to everything. He was showing me and DC how he checks leg kicks, and we had a conversation about it. Can we talk about this? Can we tell people this?
What do you say?
No, me and DC did. Like, I don't know. We decided. I don't think we should tell people.
Yeah.
He's got a special way that he checks leg kicks.
Yep.
It was different than everybody else's. He's got a whole strategy behind it. We were like, oh shit. So he was showing us. So we're at the mothership. Me and DC and Alex Pereira. And Alex Pereira's kicking our legs, and he's showing us how to check. He's showing us how he checks and what he does to follow up check. He's got a system, man.
You haven't seen that way to check?
It's different. I'll tell you later.
Definitely show me.
I'll tell you later. It's different. It's different. And it's like, he's like, you can't be a tough guy. He's like, you can't just, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
But
I'll
he
tell
told you
later.
not to tell anybody?
No.
Can't give away his secret
But
sauce.
it was so profound that both DC and I mean, DC's been around the game forever. I've seen a million fights. We were both like, oh shit. I don't think anybody else is doing it that way. And that's just one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is his hands are as big as a fucking watermelon.
Really?
His hands are giant, man. He's got this weird frame. Dudes with big hands have crazy power. Like Tony Ferguson. Ferguson has big ass hands. And if you look at Pereira, he's like this long arms, these big giant fucking hammers at the end of
Built
his
for it.
wrists. He's different, man.
Francis,
people have
same way too.
different power.
Francis has big ass hands.
Giant hands.